If you are over 60 and especially over 75, this video may change the way you think about muscle health, daily strength, and what really helps your body stay independent. Many older adults eat eggs regularly, and eggs are still a very good food, but that does not always mean your muscles are getting the full benefit. You may be eating enough protein on paper, yet still feel weaker when standing up, slower when walking, or less steady when moving around your home. That can feel confusing, frustrating, and even discouraging, especially when you are trying to do the right thing for your health every day. Here is the key idea, and it matters a lot after 75 because muscle tissue often becomes less responsive to protein than it used to be. In simple words, your body may need more support, better timing, and a smarter combination of foods to use protein effectively. That is why this video is not about replacing eggs completely, and it is not about extreme diet rules that are hard to follow. This is about adding the right support foods, especially certain fruits, to help your body respond better to the protein you already eat. Some fruits may help support circulation, reduce low-grade inflammation, improve recovery, and create a better environment for muscle maintenance in older adults. And that matters because building or maintaining muscle after 75 is not just about appearance but about balanced mobility and staying independent longer. In this video, we will go through 5 fruits ranked from helpful to most promising in this specific context, with simple ways to use them. Please stay to the end because the final 2 foods are often the most surprising, and the practical 7-day plan can help you start immediately. Before we begin, I would love to hear from you because your experience helps this community learn and grow together in a meaningful way. How old are you right now, and do you feel stronger, weaker, or about the same compared with 2 years ago? In daily life, if you notice things like leg weakness, slower walking nighttime, cramps, or trouble getting up from a chair, you are not alone at all. We read your comments carefully, and your stories help shape future videos, so they stay useful, practical, and truly relevant for older adults. Let's start with the most important point, because this is where many people lose muscle without realizing why it is happening. After 75, the body can become less efficient at turning protein into muscle tissue, even when protein intake looks reasonable. This is often described as anabolic resistance, which simply means your muscles need a stronger signal to respond and rebuild. At the same time, other age-related changes can make the process harder, even if you are trying to eat healthy every day. Blood flow may be less efficient, low-grade inflammation may stay, elevated recovery may take longer, and activity levels may gradually drop. So, the problem is not always that you are doing something wrong, and it is not always about eating too little protein. Sometimes the real issue is that your body needs a better support system around that protein, so your muscles can actually use it. That is where smart food pairings can help. And certain fruits may offer nutrients and plant compounds that support this process. They are not magic cures, and they do not replace exercise, sleep, hydration, or medical care when needed for individual conditions. But they can be practical, affordable additions that make your meals work harder for you, especially when energy and appetite are lower. This is also why consistency matters more than perfection, because small habits repeated every week often help more than short bursts of effort. You do not need complicated recipes, expensive supplements, or a complete kitchen makeover to begin supporting your muscle health more effectively. You only need a few simple foods, reasonable portions, and a plan you can actually stick with in real life. Now, let's move into the ranked list, starting with a fruit many people never think about for muscle support. 1. Jackfruit. Most people do not hear the words muscle support and immediately think of jackfruit, which is exactly why this one surprises so many viewers. Jackfruit is not a high-protein replacement for your main protein foods, but it can be a helpful supporting food in a senior-friendly routine. What makes it interesting is the combination of modest plant protein with minerals and vitamins that your muscles depend on every day. Jackfruit provides nutrients like potassium, magnesium, and vitamin B6, and those 3 are especially important for older adults. Potassium helps support normal muscle contraction and may be helpful when cramps or muscle tightness are part of your daily discomfort. Magnesium plays a role in muscle relaxation and recovery, which becomes more important when your body takes longer to bounce back. Vitamin B6 helps your body use protein more effectively, so it supports the process instead of leaving protein underused. That is why jackfruit can be a smart support player in your diet, especially if your meals have become repetitive over time. It is also helpful because some older adults need softer, easier to chew foods, and jackfruit can fit that need depending on preparation. Young jackfruit, especially canned in water, can be cooked into savory meals and has a texture that works well in simple dishes. Ripe jackfruit is naturally sweeter, softer, and easy to blend into a smoothie with other foods that support your protein intake. If you prefer easy meals, you can saute young jackfruit with olive oil, garlic, and mild seasoning for a quick side or light meal. If you prefer breakfast options, you can blend ripe jackfruit with yogurt or milk and a little fruit for a smooth, easy-to-drink meal. The goal here is not to depend on jackfruit alone, but to use it as a helpful addition to a protein-based meal pattern. A few servings per week can be a realistic starting point for many older adults who want variety without complicated preparation. For many people, pairing it with a vitamin C source like guava citrus or berries may be a smart nutritional combination. And this is just the beginning, because the next fruit is more familiar, easier to find, and stronger in one important area. That area is low-grade inflammation, which can quietly work against your muscle strength as the years go by. 2. Guava. Guava may be one of the most underrated fruits for older adults, especially when the goal is strength recovery and everyday function. It is not just about one nutrient, because guava offers a combination that makes it especially useful in a balanced, senior-friendly routine. Compared with many fruits, guava provides a meaningful amount of protein, and that alone makes it stand out in this category. But what really makes guava interesting is the mix of vitamin C and natural plant compounds that support the body's recovery environment. As we age, low-grade inflammation can become more common, and that can make muscle maintenance harder, even with decent nutrition. In simple terms, inflammation can make your body spend more energy managing stress and less energy repairing and rebuilding tissue. That is one reason some older adults feel they are trying hard eating well and still not feeling stronger in daily life. Guava may help support a healthier internal environment by providing antioxidants and anti-inflammatory plant compounds along with vitamin C. Vitamin C is especially important because it supports collagen production, and collagen matters for tendons, ligaments, and connective tissues. Those structures are not muscles themselves, but they are essential for movement stability and safe, comfortable activity after 60 and 75. If connective tissue is weak or irritated, even simple movement can feel harder, and that often reduces activity even more. That is why foods that support both muscle function and the tissues around muscles can be so valuable in older age. Guava is also very easy to use, which matters because simple routines are much easier to maintain over time. You can wash it and eat it raw, slice it and add it to yogurt, or mash it into oatmeal for a quick breakfast. If chewing is difficult, blending guava into a smoothie with Greek yogurt creates an easy option with protein and helpful nutrients together. Some people find it useful before a light walk or resistance band session, because a small pre-activity snack may feel energizing. You do not need a large amount, and you do not need a perfect schedule because consistency still matters more than perfection. And if guava helps support recovery and inflammation balance, the next fruit brings something different and equally useful to the table. It supports oxygen delivery and energy, which is a big deal when muscles feel tired, long before your mind is ready to stop. 3. Dried mulberries. Dried mulberries are one of those foods that many people overlook for years, then wonder why nobody mentioned them sooner. They are easy to store, easy to carry, and easy to use, which makes them practical for older adults with low energy. What makes dried mulberries especially interesting is their combination of protein, iron, and plant compounds that support overall vitality. Iron matters because it helps your body move oxygen through the blood, and muscles need oxygen to work and recover well. When oxygen delivery is low, muscles can feel weak, heavy, or slow to recover even if protein intake looks decent. That can show up as fatigue during a short walk, lower stamina in daily chores, or a general feeling of reduced strength. Dried mulberries can fit nicely into a senior-friendly snack routine because they require no cooking and almost no preparation. You can eat them on their own, mix them with a few nuts, or sprinkle them on oatmeal or yogurt. That kind of convenience matters a lot, because the best foods are often the ones you will actually keep using every week. Mulberries also contain natural antioxidant compounds, which may help support healthy cellular function as part of an overall balanced diet. In plain language, they may help support your body's energy systems, which can feel like a big difference in later life. This is especially helpful for people who say, "I can still move, but I get tired too quickly and recover too slowly." If that sounds familiar, dried mulberries may be a useful support food to test in a moderate, consistent way. Because they are dried, fruit portion size matters, especially if you are watching blood sugar or trying to avoid spikes. A small serving is usually a smarter choice than eating a large handful without thinking, especially if you snack while distracted. You can also pair dried mulberries with a vitamin C source, which may help support iron absorption from your meal or snack. For example, mulberries with a few strawberries, orange slices, or guava can be an easy combination with a practical purpose. And now, we move into the final two foods, where the list becomes even more surprising for many older viewers. The next one is creamy satisfying and often misunderstood when people think only in terms of protein grams. 4. Avocado. Avocado is one of the most useful foods for older adults, not because it is the highest in protein, but because of what comes with it. Many people focus only on protein grams, but after 75, the body often needs more than protein quantity to support muscle health. Avocado provides a modest amount of protein, but more importantly, it is rich in monounsaturated fats, potassium, and protective antioxidants. Those healthy fats may help support cell membrane health, which matters because nutrients must enter cells to be used properly. As we age, the body's systems can become less efficient, and that includes how well cells respond to nutrients and signals. That means two people may eat similar meals, but one person may feel stronger simply because their body uses those nutrients better. Avocado may help support a better nutrient delivery environment by contributing healthy fats that are useful for cellular function. It also provides potassium, which supports muscle contraction and nerve signaling, both of which are essential for movement and balance. If you get leg cramps, muscle twitching, or a feeling that your legs tire too quickly, potassium intake deserves attention. Of course, individual needs vary, especially if you have kidney disease or other conditions which we will mention in the safety section. But for many older adults, avocado can be a very practical food because it is soft, easy to prepare, and easy to combine. You can eat it straight from the shell, with a spoon mash it on toast, or add it to soups and salads. You can blend half an avocado into a smoothie to make it creamier and more filling without relying on sugary ingredients. You can also pair avocado with eggs, which is a great example of what this video is really about. We are not saying eggs are bad or useless, because eggs remain a valuable protein food for many seniors. We are saying that combining protein with the right supporting foods may help your body respond more effectively over time. That is exactly why avocado ranks so high in this list, because it supports the environment around muscle nutrition. Many people also find that avocado is especially helpful after light exercise when the body is ready for nourishment and recovery. And now we come to the number one food, which is simple, portable, and often surprisingly effective in senior routines. It is not glamorous, but it can be one of the easiest foods to keep on hand when strength and consistency matter most. 5. Dried apricots. Dried apricots earn the top spot in this list because they are convenient, nutrient-dense, and easy to use in everyday life. For older adults, especially those trying to maintain strength and independence, convenience is not a small detail. It is everything. A food can be healthy on paper, but if it is difficult to prepare, expensive, or hard to chew, it often gets skipped. Dried apricots are simple, portable, and easy to add to breakfast snacks or light meals without any special equipment. They provide potassium, iron, copper, and beneficial plant compounds, all of which can support muscle function in different ways. Potassium helps support normal muscle contraction and nerve communication, which matters for walking, standing, and staying steady. Iron supports oxygen delivery to working tissues, which is important for energy endurance and recovery after activity. Copper is often overlooked, but it plays a role in connective tissue health, which supports movement and physical function over time. When you put those nutrients together in one practical food, dried apricots become a strong support option for older adults. They are especially useful for people who want a quick snack that is easy to carry and does not require cooking. You can eat a small portion on its own, chop it into oatmeal, stir it into yogurt, or combine it with mulberries and nuts. If chewing is difficult, you can soften dried apricots in warm water and turn them into a gentle, easy-to-eat topping. That makes them a very senior-friendly option for people with dental sensitivity or low appetite in the morning. Another reason dried apricots are helpful is that they fit into routines, and routines are what protect long-term progress. If you place them where you can see them, you are much more likely to use them consistently during the week. For best quality, many people prefer unsulfured dried apricots, and storing them in a cool place can help preserve freshness. Because dried fruit is concentrated portion awareness still matters, especially if you are managing diabetes or watching blood sugar. But in sensible amounts, dried apricots can be one of the easiest habit foods for supporting muscle-friendly nutrition after 75. And that is why they take the #1 spot in this list, not as a miracle cure, but as a practical daily ally. Let's quickly review the list, because remembering the role of each food makes it easier to use them in real life. Jackfruit is a useful support food with minerals and vitamin B6 that may help muscle function and protein use. Guava stands out for vitamin C recovery support and helpful plant compounds that may support a healthier inflammation balance. Dried mulberries bring convenience iron support and antioxidant compounds that may help energy and endurance in daily movement. Avocado shines because of healthy fats and potassium helping support nutrient use, recovery, and muscle-friendly meal combinations. Dried apricots are the practical favorite for many seniors because they are easy, portable, and rich in supportive minerals. And remember, none of these foods needs to replace your main protein sources such as eggs, fish, dairy beans, or lean meat. The real goal is to build a better support system around protein so your muscles have a stronger chance to respond. That is the big message of this video, and it is especially important for adults over 75 who want to stay independent. Now, let's make this practical because information only helps if you can use it comfortably in your daily routine. For the next 7 days, choose just 1 or 2 foods from this list, instead of trying to use all 5 at once. That keeps things simple, lowers stress, and makes it easier to notice how your body feels with the change. Pair your chosen fruit with a familiar protein source you already tolerate and enjoy, instead of forcing new meals. That might be eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, fish, tofu, beans, or another protein food that works for you. Try adding guava or dried apricots to breakfast, or use avocado with lunch or a small mulberry snack in the afternoon. You do not need large portions, and you do not need strict timing, but regular use during the week matters. If possible, pair your food changes with light movement, because muscles respond best when nutrition and activity work together. This can be a short walk, chair exercises, gentle leg strengthening, or resistance band work based on your ability. Even 5 to 10 minutes of safe movement can be a meaningful start, if that is what your body can handle today. During the week, pay attention to simple signs that matter in real life more than any number on a chart. Do you stand up from a chair a little easier, walk with less fatigue, or feel fewer nighttime cramps in your legs? Do you feel slightly more stable in the kitchen's bathroom or hallway when moving from one place to another? These small improvements matter because they are often the first signs that a routine is helping. And if you do not feel changes right away, that does not mean the effort failed, because nutrition support takes consistency. Give your body time, stay realistic, and focus on repeatable habits instead of expecting dramatic change overnight. Before we finish, let's keep this balanced and safe, because that is especially important for a health information channel. This video is for education and general wellness support, and it is not a substitute for personal medical advice. If you have kidney disease, diabetes, digestive issues, or a special diet from your doctor, please be extra careful. Some foods in this list are high in potassium, and some are dried fruits with concentrated natural sugars. That does not automatically make them bad, but it does mean portion size and personal health conditions matter. If you take medications or have a condition that affects what you can eat, talk with your doctor or dietitian first. This is especially true if you have been told to limit potassium, sugar, or certain fruits. The safest approach is always to personalize, go slowly, and choose foods that support your body without causing stress. If you are over 75 or caring for someone who is, please remember this one message as you leave today. Muscle health at this age is not about chasing a perfect body, and it is not about following extreme health trends. It is about staying steady on your feet, getting out of a chair, safely walking with confidence, and protecting independence. It is about keeping enough strength to enjoy daily life on your own terms, for as long as possible. The good news is that your muscles can still respond even later in life when you support them the right way. That means simple protein, smart food pairings, gentle movement, and consistent habits that fit your real life. If this video helped you, please subscribe and turn on the bell so you do not miss future senior health tips. And before you go, leave a comment and tell us your age and the one strength goal that matters most to you right now. Your story may encourage someone else in this community who is trying to feel stronger, safer, and more independent too. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helps you take one small, meaningful step toward better strength this week.